Hello and welcome to the start of a new video series. Um, I'm Onidson from the blog The White Tower.
And I'm Ecthelion.
And together we are going to start a new Saga Campaign, a video series of taking our decks through the entire Saga, following all the campaign rules. This is going to be my first time ever doing this. Have you done a Saga Campaign all the way to the end before?
I have almost done it all the way to the end, and I still haven't managed to beat Mount Doom yet. So it'll be very gratifying when I finally get to tear up my One Ring card and get that out of the way.
Alright, sounds exciting. So, before we get started with the video, let's take a moment to introduce our decks. My deck is...
Why don't you go first?
What was that?
Oh, sorry, I was just saying, why don't you go first?
Okay. My deck over here is... let's just call it janky and leave it at that. As you can see, I've chosen for my heroes Lord Glorfindel, Barivor, and Arwen. And in many ways, the whole deck is an exercise in what can I do with Glorfindel. And his basic ability is a healing ability, and so I've ended up just trying to leverage hit points. So there's going to be a lot of taking undefended attacks, a lot of adding hit point boosts to Glorfindel, and a lot of extra healing to be able to take 7 or 8 points of damage off of him all at once. So Athelos and the Imledris Caregiver, and then the rest of it is kind of just standard, a bunch of big Noldor allies. Since a lot of the hit point boosts are tactics, I've included a single copy of Song of Battle and a bunch of Rivendell Minstrels to actually fetch it out. So we'll see if that actually works, although I've had encouraging results in deck testing.
Awesome. While Onidson is running a very unconventional build, I am going with the tried and true hobbits that are from this Black Riders box. We have Sam, Merry, and Pippin, and the goal here is to try to get a bunch of expensive allies on the board without having to pay for them, using effects such as Elfstone and a very good tail and timely aid. I do have 3 copies of the Shirefolk event from the Mount Gundabad expansion, proxied as The End Comes, which is just if all of your heroes have the Hobbit trait, you can reduce your threat by 4. It's a 0-cost neutral attachment. But we have several Dunedain allies, several Beorning allies, to try to just overcome the Nazgul with sheer strength and numbers.
Alright, I've noticed that we also have between us a lot of side quests, so...
Yes, we'll want to try and avoid advancing from stage 1 until we have enough willpower in play to be able to take down the side quests, or take down the increased hide tests, stage 2. And then once we get to stage 3, we can't be placing any progress on the main quest, so we might as well have side quests.
Alright. So shall we go ahead and draw our opening hand? With Gandalf's delay, we only draw 5 cards in our starting hand instead of 6. Okay. One of the reasons I've included Barivor is to just help us out with a little bit of card draw, or a lot of card draw, as the case may be. In my most recent tests, I've actually run through my entire deck almost twice every single time I've played this. So,
and your deck is thicker than normal. How many cards are in it?
60. That's almost unheard of. I never build decks that big. Even when I have Barivor and tons of other card draw, I almost never go above 55. So, this is a new experience.
Yeah.
Alright, so how does your opening hand look? Oh, that's
My
nice.
opening hand looks great. I have several wonderful expensive allies and several wonderful ways of getting them into play.
Oh, wonderful. Whereas I have Light of Valinor and a Master of the Forge. I actually think I'm set here.
All right.
I mean,
Move into
it's
round
not
one.
the best start I've ever seen, but consistent draw and some action advantage to deal with hide tests, I think I'm going to stick with it.
Awesome. Let's take a look at stage 1A. 3 is company.
Okay.
Buckleberry Ferry is being set aside out of play, and we have a Black Rider in the staging area, and Bag End is the active location.
All
The
right.
ring Frodo Baggins inherited from his uncle Bilbo is indeed the One Ring. After conferring with the wizard Gandalf, Frodo decides to leave the Shire and take the ring to Rivendell.
All right. So, advancing to stage 1B.
Frodo's friends insist on joining him in his adventure, but danger finds them sooner than anticipated when Black Riders appear in the Shire.
All right. So, Bag End is a 0-threat location with 3 quest points, and a response after Bag End leaves play. Each player draws 1 card for each Hobbit hero he controls. I might get some card draw off of this. I might not. It depends on how this goes. Actually, I'll admit one thing I'm a little concerned about is that neither of us have side quests in our opening hands. So we're gonna have to be careful
That
with
is
our.
a little concerning.
We'll have to be a little careful with our questing. So then, of course, the Black Rider is a 4-threat, 5 attack, and 4 defense enemy with 6 hit points. It forces us to make hide tests when it's revealed, and if we fail one, it will immediately engage us as per the quest card, and then make an immediate attack as per its card.
Yes.
I
However, it does
advise,
only have an... Go ahead.
I advise we don't fail hide tests.
Yes. Failing the quest is fine. Failing hide tests is not something that we want to do.
Yep. All right. Anything else you want to say before we get started?
No, let's go ahead and move to round 1.
All right. I drew a Rivendell bow, which is actually going to be useful now that I'm playing with 2 players here. I'm going to exhaust Barivor and draw 2 more cards just because. And I will also play this Daron's Rings. Ooh, Linden Navigator. You know, for all I said about this Rivendell bow being useful, I'm going to pitch it to Daron's Runes and I'll pick it up again when I Will of the West. Well,
Okay.
maybe. No, actually, I don't think so. I think I'm going to pitch the Athelas. There's 2 more copies, and Will of the West means I could very easily get 6 plays off of it. So, and we'll draw another
Still no
copy.
side quests.
Okay, well, I'm going to run through all 3 of my copies of Daron's Runes. Okay, well, I think I actually will drop the Rivendell bow because everything else I kind of want to keep. And the final copy of Daron's Runes, a 2nd Linden Navigator, a 2nd Cloak of Lorien. I'll drop the 2nd Navigator just because it's very easy to hemorrhage all the cards there.
Okay.
And then we'll just put a Light of Valinor on Glorfindel, and we'll see if we want to drop a Cloak of Lorien to get an. Let's drop one of those Cloaks of Lorien to give Arwen a resource to play Test of Will. And the final thing I shall do is play the Master of the Forge and pull Legacy Blade, Athelas, or an Unexpected Courage. I'm going to pull up that Unexpected Courage, I think.
Alright.
Alright, over to you.
Alright. Since I am in secrecy, I'm going to play a copy of Timely Aid for only 1 resource. And look at the top 5 cards in my deck and play an ally for free. And I'm going to get Huberad.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I'll pay a resource for Mary to equip him with a Dagger of Westerness. And then 1 from Pippin, Elfstone on our active location. And that's all for me.
Alright, you're kind of fading in and out a little bit there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this better?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Just thought I ought to let you know there. So,
thank you.
if I'm going to be a little selfish, what we want to do is make exactly 4 progress and no more. Cough, cough. Not that I have a high-cost ally that I don't have a resource match to play in hand or anything. It really
All
doesn't
right.
matter. We have lots of elf stones in our deck. Airstore will come into play one way or another. So I'm just going to send Frodo, Arwen, and Glorfindel on the quest for a grand total of 8, leaving Glorfindel up for hide test purposes.
Okay. Since you're sending 8, that's exactly the amount needed to clear the active location. I'm just going to send Pippin for 2.
Okay.
And that'll be everything.
All right. So, between us we have 10, there's 4 in the staging area, and if we reveal 2 treacheries, we're going to advance the quest, and that will be really interesting.
Yes.
Do we want to pull back a little bit? Should I hold Frodo back?
I can hold Pippin back, that's fine.
You know what? Let's keep Pippin in and I'll hold Frodo back, just so I have a little more available for high tests. It's a little more balanced between the 2 decks.
Sounds good.
Okay, first card. This one's mine, the Marish. Okay. And your card.
Oh, that's a good one to see.
Yep. Although between us, I think we actually failed the quest now, which is fine by me, really.
Yep.
Okay. We each raise our threat by 1, and do nothing.
Yeah. I don't think I have a particular desire to pull down this Black Rider.
I don't either. In a turn or so, you could pull it down and Mr. Underhill it and then maybe kill the thing, but...
Yep. Next turn, Mary will have 6 attack. If we add Sam, who readies, and Halbarad, that would be enough to kill it.
Alright, let's plan on that. I'll give control of Frodo and his attachments to you, and let's move on to the next game turn.
Okay.
Oh, I drew a Legacy Blade, but that was the top card when I looked at it with my Master of the Forge, so I just want to make sure that I actually shuffled my deck. I did shuffle my deck. Okay.
You just really want that Legacy Blade.
Apparently so.
Okay. I currently have our favorite Sneaking Wizard in hand. And so I might be holding that back for a later phase.
Okay, so if I'm reading this right, you're doing just about nothing?
Yep.
Okay. Hope you don't mind if I selfishly keep Varivor's card draw for myself this round.
That is just fine. I'll be getting an influx as soon as we clear Bag End.
True enough. Alright, Master of the Forge first. Oh, that was totally the wrong way to go about this. I should have Baravored first and then Master of the Forge.
Is there a side quest on top?
Yes. And no attachments.
Ah.
So we'll shuffle the deck and use Baravor to draw 2 cards. And I got Elven Light, so I'm fine. I'm going to discard Elven Light to Arwen to put a resource onto Glorfindel. And I'm just going to keep my Elven Lights over here in the corner instead of my discard pile because they'll be popping in and out fast enough that, or often enough that I don't want to go digging in my discard pile every time.
Sounds good.
And I'll also play the Legacy Blade onto Glorfindel.
Okay.
And bring back the Elven Light to draw a card. And there's an Elven Mail, and someday I may even get to play it. And other than that, oh yes. We'll toss out a Linden Navigator. Alright, ready.
Okay. There appears to be 9 threat in the staging area.
That's my count. So, only a single quest point is going to make it a little tricky.
Right.
So if you commit 4, I can commit 3, 6, 8. So that makes 12 between us.
Okay. I can sneak in a wizard this phase, but that wouldn't be able to defend during combat if I did so.
Right. So let's see. We probably ought to put a little more towards the quest.
Okay, I can send Sam.
Alright. By my count, that's 15 willpower against 9 in staging. Alright, if we reveal 1 or less threat, then we will advance the quest. I think our odds of that are not high, though.
Yeah.
So
naturally it's going to happen.
Yep. So your card, Bam Furlong. Good. And my card of staging is Pathless Country.
It's a very benign staging.
Very, very benign staging, although I'm beginning to worry about location lock.
Yeah.
You
do have Asphalot in your deck, I believe.
Yes, I do, and I'm not going to pitch it this time. Alright, so if I'm reading that right, that's 2 progress.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So, yeah. I'll place that progress, sorry. Do you want to take that Black Rider this round?
I will gladly take the Black Rider.
Alright.
And I'm going to pay 1 from Sam for a sneak attack to pop our favorite wizard into play.
Okay.
And deal 4 damage to the Black Rider.
Oh, you want to deal the damage to the Black Rider?
Actually, I don't think I need to. I'm going to draw 3 cards instead. I'll draw an additional card from Pippin, and Sam will ready.
Alright. So I'll deal a shadow card. Oh, nope. Looks like you've already
and
taken
Gandalf
control.
is defending.
Oh, no, you hadn't taken control. I just didn't push the button hard enough or something.
Okay.
Alright. The shadow effect returns him to the staging area.
Oh, that's rude.
Well, that was fun. While it lasted.
Okay. Well, Gandalf is back to my hand. And this will be a new round.
Alright, I also forgot, at the end of the quest phase to which my Linden Navigator was committed, I have to discard it or discard a card from my hand. And I will discard Elven Light.
Alright.
And because I didn't need the resource for Arwen, I'm going to draw Elven Light back again. There we go. And now I'm ready.
I will move on to the next round.
Alright. You want to pass Control of Frodo back over?
Yep. Here it comes.
Alright. So I am going to ditch Elven Light to Arwen again. I've learned my lesson and we'll do Bear of Ore to draw 2 cards. And there is a side quest. Master of the Forge will pick me up another Unexpected Courage, I think. Well, no. To the Sea could be useful. No, Unexpected Courage. Because I have a Minstrel in my hand. Shuffle the deck. And play the Minstrel. Searching my entire deck for that single copy of the Song of Battle. wheresoever it may be. It is in my deck, right? There it is. And then, do you mind if I steal one of Frodo's resources?
Not at all.
Okay. We'll put the Song of Battle onto Glorfindel. And next turn I can get an Elven Male. And I'm actually going to spend Arwen's resource to play Rally the West, and just hope that we don't need a test of will.
Okay. That's good that we have a side quest in now. For my planning, I'm going to spend 4 resources for a Ranger of Cardalon.
Okay.
Just for his stats. And that'll be everything.
Sounds good to me.
So now we don't have to worry about overquesting because we have a side quest.
And now let's see if we can actually,
Muster enough willpower.
Right. Okay. 2 from Frodo, 3 from Arwen, 3 from Glorfindel, 2 from the Minstrel, and 2 from the Navigator. That's 3, 6, 8, 10. I'm sending 12.
Okay. I'll send 7.
So between us, 19 against 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13. 19 against 13 in total. I'll just keep our total willpower here.
Okay.
First reveal. Hide test. I can take a hide test. I can very easily take a hide test. So we'll commit 5 to the hide test.
Alright.
Yep. And the first one is a evil crow, and the second one is a treachery, and we pass.
Awesome.
And your card.
Another Marish.
Well, so we've added 3 threat to the staging area. We'll make 3 progress in total, which clears Bag End and puts a single progress on Rally the West.
And I believe you get a free ally.
Yes, I get a free ally with Elfstone, which did... Oh, that's your Elfstone, not mine.
And you also draw a card because you control Frodo.
I do. And there is To the Sea, To the Sea. Did I not shuffle again? Because that was the top card for my Master of the Forge again. No, I in fact shuffled twice since then.
I will play a copy of the Shirefolk, proxied by the End Comes, to reduce my threat down to 19.
Alright. How do we feel about traveling? Which is a trick.
I'm thinking the Marish.
Yep, I'm thinking just get that threat out of the staging area.
Yes.
I'm looking at that Black Rider and thinking, I could Mr. Underhill it, but I can't kill it, so why bother?
Yeah, let's just leave him for now.
We'll past him for one more round. Oh, yes, and at the end of the quest phase, I also have to discard a card for the Linden Navigator. So there's the other Elven Light. Okay.
Sounds good. So I'm ready to just move on to the next round.
I think I am as well. And there's my Elfstone. And I'll use Barivore while you're checking things out and Master the Forge. And really wish I'd done it the other way around again.
Okay. I think I'm going to pay for an Elfstone from Pippin's Pool.
Okay.
And then from Mary's Pool, I will pay for Resourceful on Pippin, actually.
And I believe you have control of Frodo, do you not?
Yes, I do.
Oh.
And I'll spend 2 resources from Frodo to get Frodo's Intuition. And I'll just leave this on the table because all of my heroes get +1 willpower. And I also draw 4 cards.
Oh, wow.
I will also spend a resource from, let's do Pippin as well, to get another copy of Resourceful, this time on Mary. And actually, no. I'll spend the resource from Sam for the Resourceful, and then I'll spend one from Pippin to get a second Elfstone on the active location.
Do that? I believe it's unique.
Oh, is it? Okay, never mind. I will just spend Pippin's resource then for Resourceful and leave one on Sam.
Sorry to bust the bubble there. Alright, I will spend 2 resources from Glorfindel to put Elven Mail on him. I won't bother with To the Sea because I don't have any really expensive allies, but I will cycle Elven Light, drawing Gather Information, discarding the card to add a resource to Arwen, and I will ditch this copy of Light of Valinor to Aristor and draw another card.
Okay.
And I will play out Gather Information because there's no reason not to. And the last thing I will do is put a Protector of Lorien onto Glorfindel so that I can adjust willpower after height tests. And I think
That's good.
I'm feeling good about that. So, again, 13 in the staging area.
Okay.
And
My heroes have +1 willpower, so I think I'll send Frodo and Pippin and Sam.
alright. That's 4, 7, 10 between them. I'll send Aristor and the Rivendell Minstrel, the Linden Navigator, who does not exhaust the quest, and then Glorfindel and Arwen, so that's 3, 6, 8, 10, and I'll send 12 again, so between us 22. Do you prefer Rally the West or Gather Information?
I prefer Rally the West.
Alright, make that +1 willpower permanent.
Yes.
Okay, 22 against 13, we need to make 10 progress to clear Rally the West. I don't think we're going to do it this round, although anything is possible. First reveal is the ring draws them.
Okay, bring it on.
Okay, we just gonna let that one pass? Save the
Yep.
test of will? Okay. Second, or it surges into Green Hill Country. I'll just set the burden over there to remind us. Then my reveal is the Stock Road. So we add 5 threat to the staging area. We're going to make 4 progress, which will not clear it, so I will draw a card with Arwen, or with Elven Light, using Arwen's resource, and discard it to Protector of Lorien to boost our willpower by 1. We are now
Thank you very much.
making 5 progress, which clears the Marish.
A giant bear comes wandering out of the Marish.
Alright. And having done so, do I want to discard a few more cards just to get some progress on the... You know, I'm feeling we're fine. I think
If you have cards to spare, then yeah.
I mean, it's hard not to have cards to spare.
Do remember that you have to discard one to the Linden Navigator as well.
Okay, you know, in that case, I'll just, we can wait for another round. That'll be fine. I'll ditch the Master of the Forge to the Linden Navigator. At the
Okay.
end of the round, the Black Rider engages you. And
Yes.
or at the end of the phase, sorry. And I will discard the burden now. Travel time, how do you feel about the Stock Road? Do you have
I
willpower?
don't
to
know
contest?
if,
Oh, Sam readied when the Rider engaged you.
oh, that's right, and I draw a card from Pippin.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll play that immediately to reduce my threat down to 16.
Excellent. The Shirefolk is just a beautiful card.
I know. I'll probably defend with the giant bear. And Mary's attacking for 6. Sam makes that 8. The ranger would make that 10. So I could only send Halbarad to the hide test.
Okay. And we
So I'm thinking probably not on that one.
Okay. Fair enough. Do we have any, Actually, here's a question. Are there any Nazgul in the discard pile? I don't think there are. No, okay. So just go to the other Marish then?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Unless you want to go to Bam Furlong, which would actually let you ready a hero.
Pippin isn't going to be incredibly useful in this combat.
So the Marish then it is.
Yep.
Well, there we go. And
Alright, the giant bear is defending.
I'll watch you have all the combat fun. The shadow card has no effect.
And then Mary attacks for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And there goes the Black Rider.
Awesome.
You know, that was a good thing that happened that round, because my threat was at 35, and I might have missed the forced engagement otherwise. And that actually makes me want to look at all the cards. No, we have not actually had a doomed card. Okay. Good. I haven't invalidated this run by accident by making a mistake. I'll use Barivore to draw 2 more cards. I will use the Master of the Forge and bring in Asphiloth. And then I will spend a resource to bring Elven Light, and then discard it again for Arwen. And I actually think I'm going to put that resource onto Glorfindel, because I think we're past the point where any of the treacheries could really sink us. What do you think?
Yeah, and we always have Frodo in the ring if we need to get rid of something.
Alright, I'll also play an Elfstone and hopefully be able to get Galdor into play. And I actually will ditch this other Elfstone in my hand to Aristor to draw 1 more card, which is Elrond's Council, and I will play that soon.
We are finding Elfstones left and right. I will spend 2 from Sam's resource pool to pull in Rosie. Some nice post-hide test willpower. And then 2 from Mary for a Beorning Skin Changer.
Excellent.
And that's it for me.
Excellent indeed. And I will quest 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14.
And we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 here.
So 22 between us, and there's 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 11 in staging.
And that's Rally the West?
Yes, let's clear that out.
Great.
The first reveal is an Evil Crow, and the second is Doomed 2, and each player must make a hide test starting with the last player.
That is me. I will send Mary and Halbarad.
Alright,
for 4.
So 4 on the hide 2 test.
And it's +2 from the stock road.
Right, so at the moment we're losing.
Rosie will exhaust to give Mary up to 4, which will even out on the high test.
All right. And then I will commit Glorfindel and the Navigator. And that will be an easy pass.
Good to see those Have You Seen Bagginses in the discard pile.
True that, although I do have Athelos, so I can remove condition attachments.
That's good.
So we're 22 against 13. We're making 9 progress. That's 5 on the Marish and 4 on Rally the West. And I will play Elrond's Council to drop my threat by 3, raise our willpower by 1, so we clear Rally the West.
Wonderful. I don't think those Black Riders are going to know what's hit them.
Nope, and I will put in Galdor of the Havens with my Elfstone. I still think the stock road is... we don't have the willpower for it.
Yeah. Remember to discard a card to Linden Navigator.
Thank you. I nearly forgot. I'm going to ditch a test of will. When do you ever say that? But...
yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
how do you feel about Green Hill Country? Or the Pathless Country, I suppose.
Probably Pathless. We'll save the Green Hill Countries for Stage 2.
Fair enough. Fair enough. You want to take the Evil Crow and
Sure.
take an undefended attack and kill it with a bear?
Yeah.
Here's the undefended attack.
Here's hoping for no Lure of the Ring Shadow.
Okay.
I will gladly take an additional attack.
And the second time is a Lure of the Ring Shadow. It will actually deal a point of damage.
Okay, Pippin will get pecked by this crow, and the bear will get revenge.
Okay, and Glorfindel will use his healing expertise to bind up Pippin's wounds.
Could we actually do the bear?
Sure,
Yep.
yeah, we'll heal the
That
bear.
way he'll defend another Black Rider without dying.
Fair enough.
Pippin does thank you for your willingness.
You are welcome. All right.
And I do believe the crow's engagement was higher than my threat, which means I draw a card from him.
Oh, that is true. So,
Okay. And if you want to send Frodo over here, because I want to spend his money.
all right.
So I'll pay for Frodo's intuition and draw 4 cards, and also leave that on the table. I'll put another gather information out, and Sam will pay for. Actually, I'll leave Sam with his resource. Pippin will get a Mirkwood Explorer and an Elfstone on the active location.
Excellent.
And Mary will get a Dagger of Westerness.
Excellent.
And he is really beefing up. And that is everything for now.
All right, then. I'm just going to record the permanent stat boost from Rally the West on my heroes there.
That is a good idea.
And I will do my Master of the Forge. Pick up a Legacy Blade, which is fine. That's discard fodder. I will draw 2 more cards. Ditch the Legacy Blade for an extra resource onto Glorfindel. Spend all 3 of them to put a Vigilant Guard into play. Glorfindel now has 9 hit points, and anytime anybody else takes damage, he can intercept one of it.
That is wonderful.
And then I will draw Elven Light and discard Elven Light to Arwen to give Glorfindel another resource. Ditch the second Master of the Forge to Eristor to draw another card and trigger Galdor's response on that discard to draw one more card. And now I'm actually done. And next round I might actually play To the Sea, To the Sea.
Do you have any interest in gathering information, or should we move on to quest stage 2?
I
think we might want to gather information just so we can travel to the stock road without having to deal with the penalty from stage 2.
I agree with that. I'd also like at least 2 more side quests in the victory display just to beef up the Legacy Blade on Glorfindel, so I can have enough attack to kill a Black Rider if it needs to happen.
If necessary.
So
sounds great. Let's gather information then.
All right. I think you're committing to the quest first.
Okay. I will send 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11.
Okay, I'll send 4, 8, 10, 12, 14. So between us, 25, and there is 2, 4, 6, 7 threat in the staging area. Your reveal, another Green Hill Country.
Awesome.
And my reveal is a hide test. I'll commit 8 willpower.
And we do have the +2 from Stock Road.
Yep, against a total of 5.
Okay.
And we've added 2 threat. We make 16 progress, which is 4 and then 12 on to gather information.
And we'll get a free Bayorn.
Excellent. Of the 15 remaining cards in my deck, none of them is particularly interesting to me. Other than maybe double back. It really doesn't matter. I'm going to see them all over the next turn or 2 anyways.
Okay. And this is going to seem really silly, but I'm going to get a fast hitch.
Seems fine to me. Maybe I ought to start passing some of Berevor's card draw over to you if you think you need it.
It's not necessary, but I wouldn't mind.
Okay. You feeling up to
for now, let's travel to that stock road.
Excellent.
And I'll send 14 to the hide test.
And it's a hide 1 test. So 14 against 3 is a wee little bit of a pass.
And Frozy will kiss Sam on the cheek for luck.
All right, let's move on.
Okay.
Oh, before we do that, I guess not. Too late. Yeah, it's okay. I'm going to use my Master of the Forge. Pick up that last Protector of Lorien. Do you feel like a Protector of Lorien?
Yeah. Get rid of my cards for willpower. Probably on Sam.
Okay. All yours.
Thank you very much.
I also feel like another Elfstone.
I think there's hardly been a turn where we haven't had an Elfstone.
Yes. I'm going to spend Arwen's resource, surprisingly, not on Elven Light, but on To the Sea, To the Sea. Just because I need something to do with all the cards in my hand. I'm going to discard the second copy of Asphalloth to Aristor to draw another card, triggering Galdor to draw a second card. There we go. Exhaust To the Sea, and discard another Test of Will, and spend 1 of Glorfindel's resources to get an Imladris Caregiver in, and spend the final 1 of Glorfindel's resources to put Athlos on her.
Great.
And I'll play out double back. Because why not?
Okay.
All right. All yours.
I will spend a resource from Pippin for a fast hitch on Sam. Um, and I will spend one of Sam's resources for send for aid.
Excellent.
Just stacking up the side quests there.
Do you feel like you need some card draw? Would you like Bear of Horror?
Probably not at the moment.
Okay.
We can keep her for questing.
I'll be selfish then and pull 2 more cards.
Okay.
Having more cards is actually more useful than her willpower because I can ditch them to Protector of Lorien.
Yeah.
Or other things.
That'll be it for my side.
Alright. Well, shall we... Oh, Glorfindel is up to 5 attack now. Shall we quest to double back or send for aid?
Which would you prefer? I think we're probably fine in the way of combat, so we won't need to worry about Nazgul. So maybe send for aid?
Sure. And I'll send Frodo for 3, Arwen for 4, Glorfindel for another 4, Aristor, and the Minstrel, and the Navigator. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 17 on my part.
7? Okay. I'll probably just send 6 then.
Okay. 23 against 8 in the staging area. My reveal is a Treachery, which surges into another Treachery, which surges and has no effect, into Gildor.
Yay!
Who I will take control of. And your card is the Stockbrook, which will actually undo all of our hard Elfstone work.
No, it just means I get the Elfstone.
Oh, okay, fine. So we've added 3 to the staging area, and we make 12 progress, which is 5 on the Stockbrook and 7 on Send for Aid. I'll let you send it to the victory display.
Great.
And shall we travel back to the Stock Road?
Yeah.
Okay.
We will have to make another hide test.
Okay. Did you pull Cillian in for the Elfstone that didn't trigger?
No, for send for aid.
Oh, Send for Aid. Oh, hey.
Yep, you get one as well.
Look at my top 10 cards. I only have 8 in my deck. Do I want to bring in Galdor, Aristor, or another Caregiver, or a Linden Navigator?
Galdor's already in play, and so is Aristor. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
Another Caregiver.
Okay.
And then I'm also going to ditch a Minstrel to the Navigator. And... Oh, when we went to the Stock Road again, I need to make a hide test.
Yes.
I'll do Gildor and Glorfindel. I'll just do everybody. Against 2. Between Glorfindel and Gildor alone, I'm fine. That's 7 against...
I think it was just a hide 1 test.
Oh, was it a hide 1?
Yes.
Oops. I'm still fine, but I'll shuffle that back up so we don't get knowledge we shouldn't.
Okay.
And I'm ready to move on, and I'll...
Alright, and let's spend Frodo's resource to keep Gildor in play.
Okay. I'll let you handle that.
Okay. I will spend 3 resources from Pippin to get a Mirkwood Explorer. And I'll spend 1 from Sam to get a Staff of Lebethron, for the same.
Okay.
And I will just pay for a giant bear outright.
And
that's everything.
Okay. I We'll draw 2 cards with Barivor. Ditch my last copy of Elven Light to Arwen. Triggering Galdor's response to draw another card. I'll add the resource to Arwen, I think.
You were just churning through that deck. I can't believe that was 60 cards.
I know, right? And then I will exhaust to the sea, ditching a Rivendell Minstrel and Aristor in order to spend 1 resource to bring into play a Guardian of Rivendell, who I now must also discard 2 further cards from hand. And because I can, that will be a Test of Will and one of the Elrond's councils, because these are really
I would
useful.
maybe keep the Test of Will
Yeah,
in case Have You Seen Baggins shows up. Maybe get rid of a Fair and Perilous. I think we might have enough attack on the table.
Yeah, I'll drop the Fair and Perilous. And then I will spend the last resource from Glorfindel on a Cloak of Lorien for the Guardian of Rivendell, who is now defending for 4.
Awesome.
Okay, then. Oh, and Glorfindel is now up to 6 attack.
10.
Oh, and I suppose I can use a Master of the Forge if I really, really want to. I really don't care. So, ready to blow
Send
this
to the
joint
quest.
and go home?
Yeah, I vote we move to stage 2B, or
Yeah.
stage 2.
I'm not feeling the need for emergency threat reduction. Oh, I accidentally ditched the Test of Will, or I accidentally brought back the Elrond's Council instead of the Test of Will when I swapped it out for Fair and Perilous. Oops.
Oh, gotcha.
I just fixed that.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 to the quest.
And I'll send 4, 8, 10. I'm not going to use the Navigator. 10, 12. 12. So you're 14, I'm 12?
Yes.
Okay, so 26 between us. Against 8. First reveal. Have you seen Baggins?
Do you want to cancel that?
I don't have a resource.
Oh, we don't have money.
Toss
Do
it
we
on
want Frodo
Pippin.
to cancel
I'll
that?
Athelas.
Okay, sounds good.
It'll heal him too. So
We'll stick it on Pippin then.
and then does it surge?
It does.
So your second card is another Stock Road.
Okay.
And my card is a Piercing Cry, which I will gladly take.
And I cannot consult with you because this is Pearl.
Right? So, closing and shuffling, it either has to go into play with you or into the staging area, and you can certainly handle it. It will ready Sam, and you have more than enough attack, and we haven't even used Mr. Underhill. We are about to take a second Nazgul, but I think that I can handle a second Nazgul, so I'm just going to put it into play engaged with the first player.
Wonderful. I'll draw a card from Pippin, and Sam's willpower increases by 1 toward the quest.
So now that's 27 against 11. We make the 4 progress needed to clear Stock Road with the Elfstone on it, and then make 1 progress and a bunch of superfluous progress on.
And a free Mirkwood Explorer is going to enter.
Hurrah. So I think that's 12 progress. Not that it matters. I'll scoop my quest down there. We reveal stage 2. Would you like to do the honors?
Yes. As Frodo watched, he saw something dark pass across the lighter space between 2 trees, and then halt. It looked like the black shade of a horse led by a smaller black shadow. The black shadow stood close to the point where they had left the path, and it swayed from side to side. Frodo thought he heard the sound of snuffling. The shadow bent to the ground and then began to crawl towards him.
All right. When revealed...
And let's grab one from the encounter deck if possible.
There is 1 remaining in the encounter deck.
Okay. And I make a hide 2 test with a plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14.
Okay.
Just
as a note, there was technically an action window between when this Black Rider engaged you and when we resolved the quest. If you wanted to use Mr. Underhill to prevent that Black Rider from attacking if something happened and you failed a hide test.
Okay. I think we'll probably be fine.
Okay, we have... How much in addition did you say?
I believe it was 14, counting the 2 from Stock Road.
Okay.
Sam still has the +1 willpower from engaging the Black Rider.
Okay.
So he is at 5 willpower.
Okay.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I believe that puts me up by 3.
Okay.
Against a hide 2.
Alright, and you have Protector of Lorien and Rosie.
And Rosie.
We're fine. The first is nothing. The second is a pathless country. So 2 plus 14 is 16. You had 17?
Yes.
Excellent. You want to delete your Elfstone too?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Oh, that is actually your Elfstone.
Oh, is it my Elfstone? Oh.
Yep, I just used it for my own nefarious purposes. Mwahaha.
Okay then. Well, I don't really feel like going to a stock road again. So,
okay. That's probably wise. Green Hill Country?
Actually, I'm going to suggest Bam Furlong. It's your choice as the first player, but...
Oh yeah, Bam Furlong is great. Then Sam will ready.
Yep. So, in counter phase, I will optionally engage this other Black Rider.
Okay.
Let me actually make sure I can kill the stupid thing. I have 2, 4... Yeah, I can kill the stupid thing. So, shadow card for you, shadow card for me.
My defense is first, and Beorn will defend.
Okay. You have not
I've not failed a hide test this round.
So Beorn takes 2 damage?
Yes. Unless Glorfindel wants to steal one of them.
Glorfindel will steal one of them.
Okay.
And then this Black Rider I will take undefended. Well,
I can take it.
Okay.
And when it engages me, I will draw a card, and Sam will get +1 to each of his stats.
Okay.
Sam will exhaust to defend, exhaust the staff to get rid of the shadow, and Rosie will give him +2 defense.
Okay.
So he's defending for 4, and will take 1 damage, unless Glorfindel wants to steal it.
Glorfindel will steal that. He has 9 hit points.
Okay.
And, Pippin will have to deal with Have You Seen Baggins for a little while longer. I'm going to exhaust the Imladris Caregiver and discard Athelis to, heal
Glorfindel. Okay. The Skin Changer is going to change skins and bring out another giant bear.
Okay.
Mary will attack for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with help from a bear,
Okay.
and destroy one of the riders.
All right.
And then I'll attack for 1, 2, 3, 4. Surprise! It's Gandalf.
Oh, that's a way to do it.
5, 6, 7, 8. Or 1, 2, 3. That's 12 total between the two bears and Gandalf
Okay.
to kill him. And Gandalf will reduce my threat by 5.
Excellent. Just a note, you could have used Mary to ready the bear that participated.
Oh, that's a good thought. Thank you for reminding me.
But the sneak attack Gandalf is just as valid a way to kill a Black Rider.
Okay.
Well,
And Gandalf will pop back, and that's my turn.
all right then. Well, that was fun. I almost killed a Black Rider. So, I am going to do something really fun and use Barivore to draw the last 2 cards in my deck. And then spend a resource from Arwen on Will of the West and shuffle my discard pile into my deck.
Awesome. I'm going to use this Mirkwood Explorer to eliminate the Stock Road just real quick.
Okay, that's 3 progress right on it. And I'm going to use my resources to put Asphaleth onto Glorfindel finally. And start chipping away at one of these Green Hill countries.
Okay.
And I will ditch a copy of Galdor of the Havens to Arwen to give her a resource and trigger Galdor to draw a card, play Daron's Runes, ditch the Light of Valinor, and then ditch the other copy of Galdor of the Havens to Eristor to draw another card, and then use Master of the Forge just in case, and pick up another copy of Athelas. There we go.
Awesome.
Oh, yes, and because I like Pippin, I'm going to discard a card to one of the Imladris caregivers to heal him, and discard an Elf Stone to heal the bear. And using
Pippin likes you too.
And using the second one, I'm going to ditch, I don't know, my other Guardian of Rivendell to heal Bjorn. So all your damage ought to be healed up.
Except the giant bear, I believe.
That was what I ditched the
Oh,
Elf Stone for.
gotcha. Okay.
And that's all I got.
I will play a fast hitch on Mary for lots of readying of bears. And then I will just play a Ranger of Cardolan.
All right.
And that's it.
There is 6 of the staging area. We need to make 14 progress, so 20 plus whatever is revealed. I think that's doable.
Yep.
We've just been consistently just pulling a single resource off of Frodo every round, right?
I did this before I passed it to you,
Okay.
yes.
Good. So I'll quest with Gildor and Frodo. That's 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22 from my side.
Okay. We don't need a whole ton then. I'll just send 8.
Okay, so 30 between us.
You want more?
Yes?
Okay. I'll send Sully in and the Ranger as well.
Okay, so that makes 35.
Yep, which should be plenty.
Alright. First reveal. And Arwen will cancel that.
Okay.
I don't feel like that many hide tests.
Yeah, especially on this phase. Or quest stage.
Set. And so your reveal is an Evil Crow.
Okay.
And we make 24 progress. Oh, sorry. No, even more than that.
And Rosie will give +2 to Sam.
So we make 29 progress, which is 2 there and 27 on stage 2A. That was not what I meant to do. There we go. And we will advance to stage 3A.
After several close calls with Black Riders, Frodo can tell that they are hunting him. The Hobbit's only hope of escaping their dangerous pursuers is to cross the Brandywine River. If they can just make it to Bucklebury Ferry before they are caught.
Add Bucklebury Ferry to staging. And we have just reshuffled the encounter deck. And so there are all sorts of Black Riders in the staging area, or in the deck, in the encounter deck for us to pick. And that is me making a hide test. I will ditch my copy of my other Linden Navigator to the one in play, and then I will make a hide test with 4, 5, 6 willpower. And that's a hide 2 test, and I'm fine.
Alright. Let's travel to Elend. Because of that effect, we get to place 4 progress on a location if we flip 3A.
Alright, shall we just get rid of one of these Green Hill countries?
Yep, let's do it.
Okay. And then shall we travel to the one that doesn't have progress on it?
Yep.
Alright then. I can take this Black Rider. Or you can take this Black Rider. I think we're equally suited to kill it.
I'll probably take it just for the card.
Okay. And I'll take the Evil Crow. And there's that. I will take the Crow undefended. And how are you going to deal with the Black Rider?
We'll ban.
I'm getting a lot of static on your end just right now.
Okay. We will exhaust Bayhorn.
Okay. No shadow effect.
Okay.
Glorfindel will kill a crow. And all and sundry will kill a Black Rider.
Yep, 26 attack on the Black Rider.
Oh, is that all?
Yeah. Just
I'm disappointed. I feel like you can do better. Alright. Other than other than just I'll use Asphaloth right now to clear this Green Hill country. Other than clearing the one in oh.
And I play a very good tale, and nothing comes of it.
Okay.
Um,
I saw you pulling out a stack of player cards out into the board, and I was thinking, wait, Lost in the Wilderness isn't in this encounter deck.
Yep, those were just all the ones I was discarding. And then I'll pay for Gandalf the hard way, reducing my threat by 5 down to 14.
Okay. And I will play a single copy of Athelas onto a caregiver and immediately discard the exhaust the caregiver and discard the Athelas to remove Pippin's condition attachment.
Pippin has not seen Baggins.
Apparently not. And that's all really I care to do. Well, I mean, I'll Barahor. And I'll ditch Aristor to himself to draw another card, triggering Galdor to draw yet more.
Okay.
Not that any of that matters really. Well, I have another Athelas, and that's good to see. Oh, and I'll ditch a Master of the Forge and a Fair and Perilous to heal up Bjorn.
Okay. As for the quests, why don't we double back?
Okay. Yep, Sulian. Do you want to leave the other Mirkwood Explorers up to clear any locations that might come up?
Yep, exactly.
Okay. You had the idea before I did. So you're sending
I'll send 11.
11? I'll send...
Maybe.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay. I'll send 8, 10, 12, and leave the Linden Navigator in peace. So 23
Okay.
between the two of us?
Yep, that should be more than enough.
First reveal is the Marish. Well, that's enough.
10.
And the second reveal, ooh, that's perfect. A Black Rider. And that's
Okay.
mine. So,
And because the Green Hill Country is active, we do get +1 willpower for hide tests.
oh, well, that's 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 10 on my hide 2 test. And that's successful.
Perfect. The 2 Mirkwood Explorers will exhaust to clear the Marish.
Okay. I was going to use the response on the hide test to do that, but the Explorers are more than welcome to do it as they please.
Okay.
And then we are questing for 23 against 7. I think it is very obvious that we clear both this Green Hill Country and double back.
Sounds good. My threat is down to 9.
I mean, I could play this Elrond's Council, but I have no need to. Are you up to a hide 3 test?
I am absolutely up to a hide 3 test.
All right. We have traveled to Bucklebury Ferry.
I will send 8 with potentially a lot more.
Okay. 3. And you have revealed 3.
Not a problem.
All right. I'll engage the Black Rider if you don't mind, because I really actually want to do my thing at least once.
Okay.
Take it undefended on Glorfindel. There is no shadow effect. Take 5 damage. Swing back for 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and he's dead. There we go.
Awesome.
And I'm ready to ready up.
Okay.
Alright. All I really care to do is play an Athelos onto the Caregiver, exhaust and discard it to heal up Glorfindel. And then I'm thinking we're questing to victory.
If I only had one more resource, I could reduce my threat down to 0. But I think we'll have to make do. Let's just reduce it down to 4. So I will play Gandalf the hard way. Or down to 5, sorry.
And I will not mutter about that at all and just quest for 6, 10, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I'll just quest for 26.
Okay, and I will just quest for 17.
Alright, so that makes 43 between the two of us, I think?
Okay, and should we gather information?
Why not? First reveal is the Marish. Your reveal is Pathless Country. That is a grand total of 5 threat in the staging area. We make 38 progress.
Okay.
which is 9 onto Bucklebury Ferry, and well, that's your gather information, that's why I can't put progress on it. 29 on gather information. But unfortunately, we can't use gather information because the active locations effects trigger before the quests do, and it leaves play, and we win the game.
Alright. And that's the game.
Alright. Well, thanks for playing this one with me, and look forward to doing a Knife in the Dark.
Yes, thank you very much.
Alright, and I hope you, dear viewer, enjoyed watching this. Come back again, watch us take on a Knife in the Dark, and hopefully have just as little trouble as we did this time.
Yeah, although not if Bill Fernie has anything to say about that.
Well, we might need to make some slight modifications there. Alright,
Yes.
until then, signing off.